Welcome to this episode of the story. Have you subscribed yet? Chapter 147. Tracking clues to uncover the conspiracy. A battle of life and death. Sumu watched helplessly as the black spiritual energy ball hurtled toward the core of the spiritual energy defense array like a meteor, his heart burning with anxiety. In this critical moment, he unleashed his fully enhanced time-reverse spatial distortion, attempting to alter the trajectory of the black spiritual energy ball. Time-reversing spiritual energy and spatial spiritual energy surged wildly, instantly warping the surrounding space beyond recognition. The black spiritual energy ball encountered strong resistance in the twisted space, its speed slowing noticeably, yet it still struggled forward toward the core of the defense array. Sumu clenched his teeth, veins bulging on his forehead, and continued to pour more spiritual energy into the effort. "Stop for me," Sumu roared. With the balfa of his spiritual energy, the black spiritual energy ball finally came to a halt just a hair's breadth away from the core of the defense array. Sumu dared not relax for a moment. He unleashed the time-reverse spatial shatter palm once more, and a multicolored palm print slammed heavily into the black spiritual energy ball. Boom! The black spiritual energy ball exploded instantly, and a powerful spiritual energy shockwave spread outward from the explosion point. Sumu, ever prepared, quickly condensed a stronger, time-reverse spatial shield in front of him, blocking the impact. After dealing with the black spiritual energy ball, Sumu's gaze turned sharp as lightning, swatting on the black-robed man. Seeing his plan fail, the black-robed man turned to flee. How could Sumu give him the chance? With a flash of his figure, he appeared behind the black-robed man in an instant and grabbed his shoulder. "Want to run? It won't be that easy. Tell me, what other conspiracies do you have?" Sumu heard angrily. The black-robed man let out a cold laugh, a look of determination on his face. "Do you think capturing me will let you know everything? Dream on." With that, a trickle of black blood oozed from the corner of his mouth. He had taken poison. Sumu felt a surge of anger. He quickly sealed several of the black-robed man's meridians, trying to stop the spread of the toxin, but the poison the black-robed man had taken was extremely potent, and Sumu's efforts were in vain. After a moment, the black-robed man breathed his last. Damn it! Sumu tossed the black-robed man's body aside, knowing in his heart that the spirit balancers and the black-robed man must have other schemes. At this point, the battle on the battlefield was still raging. After a brief moment of chaos, the allied forces of the spirit balancers and the black-robed man launched another fierce attack. Sumu quickly adjusted his state and re-engaged in the battle. He unleashed time-space reversal annihilation, darting back and forth among the enemy ranks, each strike claiming several lives. Under Sumu's leadership, the cultivators of Lengxi Town and Tianfeng Town were greatly inspired, and the battle situation gradually stabilized. Just as the two sides fell into a stalemate, a commotion suddenly broke out in the rear of the allied forces. Sumu's heart stirred. He knew that this commotion was no accident. It seemed that another force had launched an attack on the rear of the allied forces. Could it be that reinforcements have arrived? Sumu wondered. He took advantage of the situation to launch another attack, leading the cultivators to charge toward the rear of the allied forces. As they drew closer to the rear, Sumu finally saw what was happening. It turned out that a group of mysterious cultivators had joined the battle. They were dressed plainly, yet their spiritual energy was extremely powerful. These mysterious cultivators seemed to harbor great enmity toward the allied forces of the spirit balancers and the black-robed man, striking at vital points with each move. "Who are they? Why are they helping us?" a cultivator asked in confusion. Sumu was also puzzled, but this was no time to dwell on the question. He seized the opportunity and shouted loudly, "Everyone, don't hesitate. Take this chance to launch a full-scale attack." Caught between Sumu's forces and the mysterious cultivators, the allied forces of the spirit balancers and the black-robed man finally couldn't hold on and began to retreat in disarray. Seeing the tide turn, the spirit balancer leader and the black-robed man quickly led their remaining troops to flee the battlefield. Sumu watched their retreating figures and did not give chase. He knew that although this battle had been won, the spirit balancers and the black-robed man would certainly not give up, and the conspiracy behind them was still shrouded in mystery. After the battle, Sumu approached the group of mysterious cultivators. Leading them was a white-haired but energetic old man. He looked at Sumu with admiration in his eyes. "Young man, you're quite impressive. We are cultivators who have secluded ourselves in the nearby mountains, and we've been keeping an eye on the movements of the spirit balancers and the black-robed man. They seek to disrupt the peace of the spirit fantasy realm, and we cannot stand idly by," the old man said. Sumu quickly bowed respectfully. "Thank you, seniors, for coming to our aid. If it weren't for your timely arrival, we would have been in grave danger today. I wonder if you know anything about the conspiracy of the spirit balancers and the black-robed man." The old man nodded slightly. "We've also been investigating this matter. From what we know, there seems to be a more powerful force supporting the spirit balancers and the black-robed man from behind. They are searching for the Eye of the Spirit Abyss to open a mysterious space deep within the spirit fantasy realm and obtain the powerful force within that can control the balance of spiritual energy. If they succeed, the spirit fantasy realm will be plunged into eternal doom." Sumu's heart skipped a beat. He told the old man about the clues he had found in the spirit balancer's stronghold and the research on the runes. After listening, the old man frowned deeply, lost in thought. "From what you've said, these runes might be the key to uncovering the whereabouts of the Eye of the Spirit Abyss. We can study them together. Perhaps we can find more clues," the old man said. Sumu was overjoyed. With the help of these mysterious cultivators, the hope of finding the Eye of the Spirit Abyss had increased. So Sumu, the mayor, the elders, and the mysterious cultivators gathered together to conduct an in-depth study of the rune clues. After several days of arduous research, they finally deciphered some key information from the runes. It turned out that the Eye of the Spirit Abyss was hidden in an ancient forbidden land that had been forgotten in the spirit fantasy realm. The place was fraught with dangers, filled with powerful spiritual energy traps and guardian beasts. "It seems we must go to this ancient forbidden land and find the Eye of the Spirit Abyss to completely stop the conspiracy of the spirit balancers and the black-robed man," Sumu said. The old man nodded in agreement. "That's right, but this forbidden land is extremely dangerous. We must be fully prepared. Moreover, the spirit balancers and the black-robed man have surely charged all the rune clues. They are likely preparing to head to the forbidden land as well. We must find the Eye of the Spirit Abyss before them." Thus, everyone began to make intensive preparations for the trip to the ancient forbidden land. They collected various spiritual energy treasures to deal with the dangers in the forbidden land and formulated a detailed action plan to ensure everything went smoothly. However, just as they were about to set off, the spirit balancers and the black-robed man seemed to have charged all their intentions. They rallied another group of forces and set numerous ambushes at the entrance of the ancient forbidden land, attempting to prevent Sumu and the others from entering. "Report! The spirit balancers and the black-robed man have gathered a large number of people at the entrance of the ancient forbidden land. It seems they're waiting for us," a scout reported in a hurry. Sumu and the others looked grave, knowing that a more difficult battle was imminent. "No matter what ambush they've set, we must break through. The Eye of the Spirit Abyss is crucial to the survival of the spirit fantasy realm. We cannot back down," Sumu said firmly. Everyone nodded, their eyes filled with unwavering resolve. They packed their bags and set off for the ancient forbidden land. When Sumu and the others arrived at the entrance of the ancient forbidden land, they saw the spirit balancers and the black-robed man leading a group of their men, standing in battle formation, ready to fight. The spirit balancer leader saw Sumu and the others, and a smug smile appeared on his face. "Sumu, you finally arrived. I knew you'd be able to decipher the rune clues. Hand over the clues obediently, and maybe I'll spare your lives," the spirit balancer leader said. Sumu let out a cold laugh. "Spirit balancer, do you think setting an ambush will stop us? Your conspiracy will not succeed." The black-robed man said sinisterly, "NPH. Then let's see if you have the ability to break through our defenses." With that, the spirit balancer and the black-robed man waved their hands, and their men quickly spread out, forming an attack formation. A battle of life and death was about to erupt at the entrance of the ancient forbidden land. Would Su Mu and the others be able to break through the ambush of the spirit balancers and the black-robed man, enter the ancient Forbidden's land, and find the Eye of the Spirit Abyss? What dangers would they encounter in the Forbidden's land? Everything was full of unknowns, waiting for them to explore. The story continues, and the next episodes will be even more exciting. Subscribe as soon as possible.